Welcome, Weebs, to my new series, Anime to Watch. I'm going to give my thoughts on anime I recently finished or just want to talk about. If you're a man of culture, subscribe, and let's go. So, I finished ReZero, and I can safely say that it was pretty good. It had both good and bad aspects. I can even say it's going in my top 3 isekai of all time. I'll break the video into 3 main parts: the pros, the cons, and the ancient debate of best waifu. But before that, let's get into what ReZero is. ReZero, the anime, is based off a visual novel by Tappei Nagazuki. The anime aired in spring 2016 with 25 episodes. The genres include drama, fantasy, psychological, and thriller. A season 2 has been confirmed with the official trailer here. Now, let's get into the pros. A great first episode that introduced us to the main character, some of the world, and the overall basis of the story. The episode was 45 or so minutes long. I think more anime need to start having longer first episodes, so they can capture in the audience and present what the story is going to be about, helping the audience see if they will enjoy the show or not. Continuing, ReZero kept the story interesting for the most part, with some good twists throughout, and some great characters. The real light of the show comes from how different the main character is and what he goes through. He's not your average, overpowered isekai protagonist. He is somewhat human, like and relatable as a regular guy that gets teleported to one of these worlds. His ability of return by death, which allows him to go back to a random save point or part in the story when he dies, keeping all his memories, while others know nothing and don't know what he's gone through, while not being capable of mentioning his ability, return by death, to anyone. A variety of characters make the story flow consistently and enjoyable throughout, with many characters having their own chance to shine. The thriller slash psychological aspects make that anime for me stand out and be its own thing, which is very important with the overflowing number of isekai anime out there these days. The soundtrack was great, from opening to ending. The little creepy sound notes placed at times really gave impact to moments, making it enjoyable to watch throughout. The animation is good, no faults or anything bad that I noticed. If you noticed anything while watching it, let me know. Very consistent throughout. The way the story progresses makes sense for the most part, with only a few issues that I'll cover in the cons. As a whole, ReZero has something for everyone. Cool battles, waifus, interesting story, impactful moments, and of course, badass old people. What more do you want? No anime is perfect. Same goes with ReZero. The cons include the main character's personality and cringe-esque moments he has. Whether it's the show trying to add comedy or it's just the way he is, I don't like it and it doesn't sit well with me. It gets to a point where they're trying too hard for some cheap laughs, or something along those lines. If they were more discreet with these moments, it would have been better, but they weren't. So, have to go in the cons. Sometimes when Subaru returned by death, it became very frustrating when you have to watch many things over again. Even if they play out in a different way or better the second time, I don't like the delay in story progression that this causes most times. The fighting wasn't the greatest throughout. You don't watch ReZero for the fights though, but they were still weak. The anime gives off a feeling that they were aiming for greatness with everything they did, but just fell a bit short and didn't hit that top tier quality. But when you set everything up for that big bang, big reveal, and don't live up to the build up, it becomes some type of a letdown. That is all I got for the cons without spoiling much. Let me know the main parts you liked and disliked down in the comments. And now, let's get into the important part of the video. The ancient debate of best waifu in ReZero. Now let's see who we're working with. We have Amelia, Ram, Beatrice, Crooch, Ferris, never mind, Anastasia, Priscilla, Felt, and Elsa. There's only one way to work out who the best waifu is, and that is with a tier list. Let's go. Let's start at the bottom. Between F and E is Anastasia, who doesn't really have anything to base her off. She had the lowest amount of screen time, and nothing about her was really appealing. Not garbage F tier, but not E tier, so in the middle. Next is Elsa. Don't let her looks fool you, she'll stab you in the stomach in no time, as she is known as the Bow Eater. She can go between D and E. The way she is clearly F tier, but her looks push her all the way up to between D and E. Beatrice can go in D tier. She was loyal when you need her, but apart from that, she got nothing. She also looks like a 10-year-old, which is just a no. D tier it is. Felt is average. She tried to save Subaru when she had the chance, but failed. But she still tried, so she can have some respect for that. But after that, she just disappears and returns as a princess, with her not really caring about her position, which is kinda cool, but as a waifu, nothing noticeable can be said. Between C and D. Priscilla could go in A tier for her looks, but her terrible personality just drags her all the way down to between B and C. Looks help for being the best waifu, but can't carry all the way to the top. Unlucky. Rem can go in the same tier. She has more screen time than any previous characters, but she didn't do much during that time. She can teach you how to read. I guess that's very cool. So it's gotta leave her between B and C. Now, onto the top three. Crooch comes in third. She didn't show anything promising when first introduced, but as time went on, she showed more and became one of the best characters and waifus. She could be number one if the real number one wasn't so unbeatable, but she can go between A and B. Also between A and B is Amelia, the waifu of Subaru, the main character. She pretty much has everything going for her as a top tier waifu, but cannot compete with number one. The best waifu in ReZero is Ferris. Relax, it's Ram. Who else could it be? Well, I was considering putting Roswell as the best waifu, but I think Ram barely takes the spot. That scene when she confessed her love for Subaru was the best in the show. No other character on the list can even come close to that scene. The debate can come to an end. My opinion is 100% fact, and Rem is the victor. Now, to give ReZero a rating. Let's see, I'll probably put it in my top 3 isekai of all time, with number 1 being No Game, No Life, which I would give a strong 9. I think ReZero is deserving of a 7 or 8, so there's only one way to solve this. 7.5 it is. That's it guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what anime you want me to talk about next. I have an anime list in my description. Feel free to recommend me some anime. Give my Twitter a follow, and later.